I was in the MTC before the age change, and so I was 9 weeks in the MTC learning Romanian. And so I was ready to get out there, ready to get learned, and I felt like I had the language down perfectly. Okay, maybe not perfect, but I felt like I could do pretty well. Then I get out there, and I'm afraid to talk to anyone, whether it be on the airplane, whether it be anywhere else. And I was frightened. Like, my MTC district was me and two sisters, and that was it. And so on the airplane over there, they were talking to everyone, having a great time, and doing what they could to spread the gospel, and I couldn't talk to anyone. It was kind of frightening to me, and then we get out into the country, and there were actual Romanians there, clammed right up, couldn't talk at all. Which, it was really difficult for me, because I wanted to say things, but I couldn't. And we even went to the park to do stuff like that, and still nothing. That was actually kind of something that it was very stressful for me, learning, because the language I felt like I had pretty well down, but I didn't trust myself enough with it to try it, which eventually I overcame it. I mean, everyone does, and I feel like most people do go through that kind of stressful situation. My trainer actually told me, I asked him, well, how long did it take you to get to that point? And he told me, so let's say you have a bucket of paint, white paint, right? And you add a little tiny drop of green coloring into it and stir it. And you keep doing that and keep doing that. At what point does the paint turn green? And like, obviously there's no like distinct line when you can say that it's green. I mean, you could, I guess, make a scientific one, but it's something that comes slowly. And you have a realization moment that, oh, I do speak this language. And it was really kind of an interesting thing. It was when I was a senior companion, actually. And I could understand everything that the person was talking about, and my companion who was in a second transfer had no idea. And I was able to have a really good conversation. And so it's kind of, it was I feel like most people, if not all of them, will reach that moment where you realize you speak the language. It'll take a while, but it was, I remember that pretty well. The water there isn't terribly great, and the church doesn't like, the church has certain filters we have to get for it. And funnily enough, like, they had water filters, and I thought, well, how am I supposed to shower with the filtered water comes out so slow? We didn't need to worry about that at all. You can shower in the normal water. But I thought you had to get filtered water and like store it up and heat it up yourself. I don't know. That was a pretty fun one. And then also my first night, I remember we started doing missionary work, like out in the fields, like start going on the street and talking to people. And it was like, I was with two people that I wasn't actually supposed to. It was kind of a complicated thing, and so they weren't prepared to do it, so they just went out and talked to everyone and weren't exactly prepared to do that. But at least I thought so anyways. It was years ago that this happened, but they could talk so well, and I thought, I don't know if I'll ever make it to that point. It was really frightening, it really was.